Imagine a charity collecting funds to build a shelter, let's say for homeless animals. But instead, when the funds are collected, they build a casino. The deception is clear, and while the donors were misled, lied to, the fault lies with the organization. Remember, fool me once, shame on you. But now we assume that even after the fraud is exposed, some people continue to insist that the charity's true motives were to take care of the homeless, poor homeless animals. What can we say about such people? Either they are complicit in the scam, or they are unwitting tools of the scammers. The lesson: actions tell more about the true motives than the words. Now consider the Russian Federation's motives to start a war in Ukraine. Putin claimed that it was to prevent NATO membership, NATO expansion to the east towards the Russian borders. And indeed, Ukrainian steps towards NATO started in August 2014, when the Ukrainian Prime Minister Arseniy Yatsenyuk proposed NATO membership for the first time. Then in the end of December, before Christmas 2014, Ukraine renounced its non-aligned status. In June 2017, NATO integration became the priority in the foreign policy of Ukraine, and Ukraine formally applied for NATO membership in September 2022. Were Ukraine's actions unjustified? No, they were not, because there has been an event that preceded all those moves towards NATO. It was annexation of Crimea by the Russian Federation on the 21st of March 2014. Occupying part of another country inevitably drives that country to seek protection from future aggression. If Russia had truly wanted to prevent Ukraine from joining NATO, it would have engaged with the Ukrainian government in a civilized manner. Another point to consider: before 2014, polls indicated that most Ukrainians, about 70% of Ukrainians, were actually opposing NATO membership. Particularly strong was the opposition among the Crimean inhabitants. By annexing Crimea, Russia has effectively removed 2 million Ukrainian voters who could have opposed NATO membership of the country. By deliberately undermining its own leverage over Ukraine, it is clear that Russia's actions were not genuinely driven by concern about Ukrainian NATO membership. And even now, some so-called political scientists, so-called analysts in the West argue that Russia's motives were to prevent Ukraine from joining NATO, to prevent NATO expansion. Such individuals can at best be characterized as Putin's useful idiots. They are not to be taken seriously.